In this short video, I want to introduce a core concept related to intentionality. One of the things that we know about the change process is it can either come to us, in other words, we have somebody telling us what we need to do, a boss or a teacher are telling us the things that we need to change. We need to work on this project, we need to do this, and in order for us to perform, that's what we end up doing. Now, yes, it may change us in terms of learning a new skill, reading a book, we have to do an assignment, write a paper, or get something done at work, a task done. But when we choose to change intentionally, our brain actually gets excited. Now, the reason why is our brain likes to learn new things, it likes to be engaged. So the change process is inevitable. The difference is when we do it intentionally, our lives, our brains get excited. Our lives become more rich because we're doing things intentionally. Now, I've been thinking about the change process, and while it's inevitable, there are things that when we do things intentionally, it benefits our lives. I've identified at least 5 things that I know that being intentional can do. It can help you, it can help me in the change process. Earlier this year, for example, I chose to write a new book. And in this book, Rebuild Your Relationship After Sexual Betrayal, I outlined 15 chapters. And I realized that if I was going to succeed, I needed to break it down chapter by chapter. I needed to finish a chapter by a certain time in order for me to move on to the next chapter and to reach my goal of finishing the book. Now, I'm excited to say that I published the book in September, but the process in and of itself was one that took a significant amount of time, early mornings, late evenings. So as I set an intentional goal, it helped me have a clarity of purpose, something that I knew that I'd be working on. So it gave me clarity, one of the benefits. The second benefit is it increased my productivity. Instead of playing a game, I wrote. And as I became more productive, my mind began to be excited about what I was writing, and it had new ideas. Times where you'd go to sleep and wake up with ideas on your mind of what could be written in the next chapter. So it helped with productivity. It also helped in decision making. I realized that if I was going to get things done, I needed to focus on the writing, and it helped me laser focus so I could get it done. It also increased my self-discipline by being intentional. So things that I was going to do or maybe would have wasted time here, I knew that if I was going to get this done and reach my specific goal of writing this book, that I need to be disciplined. So the fourth is it helped enhance self-discipline. The fifth part of intentionality is it actually increases our self-awareness. For example, if I was going to lose weight, if I was going to exercise, I realized that if I'm going to, say, lose weight, then I'm going to need to have maybe some nuts instead of some donuts or pastry. So one of the things that we realize about being intentional is it increases our self-awareness. It helps us be more focused on what we're trying to accomplish and what we need to avoid. That kind of awareness helps us in the change process. So if we're going to change, I encourage each of us to really focus on being intentional because our brain will get excited. Now, let me close with a final thought here. In life, there are 4 things that we can change. There may be more, but these are 4 that are pretty consistent. We can change our thoughts, we can change our emotions, we can change our behaviors, and we can change our beliefs. Now, those 4 parts fit with most everything that we do. They're what I call TEBS, thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and beliefs. I'm going to have a whole session on these later on. But for now, I want to tie being intentional in the change process to changing our thoughts, to changing our emotions, our behaviors and beliefs intentionally. And for that purpose, I've written something that I'm going to close this video with. I'm so glad that you're letting me be a part of your change journey. And I hope this concept of intentionality helps you understand that we're acting from the inside out to create change, not rather than it coming just to us. Now here's what I wrote about intentional change. Change is inevitable. We all experience changes in life. However, when we choose to intentionally make changes, something magical can happen. When we choose to change, we experience a shift in our thoughts. We become more aware of our emotions. We act in new ways, and we alter our beliefs. When we change by choice, we become new creatures. Our joy for life increases with each new thought, feeling, action, or belief we have. One way to change for good is to frequently pause and reflect on these questions. What do I want to think about? What are my emotions teaching me? Who do I want to be? And what do I want to believe about myself, others, and society? When we choose to think higher thoughts, accept and learn from our emotions, act consistent with our values, and believe and realize our true worth, we will intentionally be the person we were meant to be.